Hey guys, it's Manga Reads, and what I'll be talking about today is a little bit of what we know about Boruto's eye. I'll be calling it the Tensegan, but if I were to be honest with you guys, it seems to have a little bit of a different appearance than the Tensegan I've known from Tonere Otsutsuki. It's a little bit different, and there are a few things about Boruto's eye that has really sparked my attention. And I'm not certain where it is going because the series has just started. We can speculate a world of theories, but let's keep it simple for this one. Now, the reason why I've done this video is that I've been speaking with a friend, and his complaint was that Boruto's eye seems to work on its own, and it seems way too convenient in how it works. And I'm not certain if that's the case, because I've been starting to think that recently, in the most recent episodes, like episode 13, 14, 15, I'm starting to think that Boruto has started to get the hang of using it. But there are conditions as to when this eye can be used. Now let's talk about Boruto's eye and what we know before I get to why I think he can use it. Now we know that Boruto's eye can be used to see chakra, much like the Byakugan. But it's not the Byakugan. We know that much, right? And we know that it activates by itself when a certain chakra is near. The chakra that we see that is activated in recent episodes is the chakra from Nue, or the Gozu Tendo that Sumire Kake was using. And what else is there that we do know about Boruto's eye? We know that while it was interacting with Sumire Kake's chakra that was attached to Nue, because there's a purple chakra that is connected to Nue and Sumire. So whenever that chakra gets into contact with Boruto, we know it does the transportation jutsu. And the transportation jutsu is very impressive because I think it's A rank, or S rank even better. And let's forget what rank is. The complexity of the jutsu really makes it something to be in awe of. I know that Obito and Minato and Tobirama has really done space-time in jutsu themselves, and I'm not saying that Boruto is gonna be better. I'm just saying that at his young age it's very impressive that he can do space-time in jutsu, though he's not much in control of it. And I'm gonna be honest guys, I'm not one of those guys that likes to throw out very tall theories that depend on a whole lot of different conditions that has not been confirmed. And I can't say for certain why is it that Boruto's eye activated when he was in contact with Sumire Kake and Mitsuki. I won't leave out Mitsuki because I don't know what Mitsuki has to do with it. We know that Mitsuki knows something about his eye, but I don't know why it is that when Boruto was in contact with Mitsuki and Sumire Kake, his eyes automatically, it's just one eye, isn't it? Weird, right? So his eye activated, and then the space time ninjutsu transported Nue from where it was to the dimension of the Gozu Tenu. And I'm thinking that dimension was created, given that there should be only one Nue. And we know that all summoning beasts come from some form of habitat where they live. So I'm speculating with reason and with good enough evidence that there is only one dimension where Nue is from, and it's man-made. So what it did was that it opened a space-time portal that could lead to Nue's dimension. And this is where things got interesting, guys. While they were in Nue's dimension, they wanted to escape again, but the path was blocked. The path where they entered was blocked. And Boruto headed to a certain direction because he could see back into the first dimension. I'm going to say the home dimension, base plate. I'm going to say it's home dimension. That's where Konoha is and the normal guys. So he could see into the home dimension where Shikadai and Inogen and the others were calling for him. And he ran to a certain place in the second dimension where Nue was. And I want to take a very close look at this. It's in episode 14, guys. I can, go and watch the episode. That was a really good episode, given that, we had some fights and stuff, but that's not why we're here. So what he did was that he ran to a very certain part of that dimension where Nue was, and he punched the wall. And when he punched it, a portal opened. There's a similar portal as to what took in Niue and Sumire Kake the event at the very first time. So a portal that took in Sumire Kake and Niue was open when he punched the wall where he went, and he was able to return to the home dimension. There is something that's on my mind. Sometimes when you unlock a new power, there are two ways that you can really go about mastering. Sometimes when you unlock a new power, you automatically learn how to use that new power by way of talent and just shown in chemistry. You can learn to use that new power just by having that new power. So with the Sharingan, for example, you can unlock the Sharingan, and just by unlocking the Sharingan, you might know how to use it much better than somebody else that has unlocked their Sharingan. Potential shown in chemistry. We won't dwell on it too much. Or you can be taught how to use it. For example, when Kakashi unlocked his Sharingan, he had to figure out how to use it. It wasn't something that he got the Sharingan from Obito, but it wasn't something that he could master just by placing it into his head, because his eye was gorged out. It wasn't something he could do. He had to spend time learning how to use it, and even when he used it, it still wasn't perfect, given the amount of chakra magnitude Sharingan took. So we know that there are two ways to go about using a technique. I'm thinking that the first way that I explained is what happened to Boruto, because what we saw was that Boruto subconsciously opened the portal using his eye, and afterwards he wasn't able to use the eye. He did use it once after when he saw that Niue was alive and was connected to Sumire's left hand, but he never used his eye afterwards, and this is why I'm saying that he still doesn't have the full hang of it, and it's not something that he can really activate on his own. What are the conditions that makes Boruto's eye activate? I have to wait for more information. I can't just go around blaring my mouth with ridiculous theories that won't really come through, and that's not my style. I do, however, think that Mitsuki knows something about it, and I'll tell you why I think Mitsuki knows something about it. Mitsuki has a very keen interest in Boruto and Boruto's way of the ninja, I'll say, and what Boruto wants. And there's something about Mitsuki's curiosity that has piqued my interest. We know that Mitsuki spent time with Orochimaru. We know Orochimaru is Mitsuki's parent, and we know Orochimaru knows a lot of forbidden jutsu, a lot of history that none of us really will know even in our lifetime, right? So we know that Orochimaru is Kage level at this stuff. What has Orochimaru told Mitsuki? We know that when Mitsuki just came to the village, he knew about the ghost incident. That was also confirmed when Orochimaru's changed his mission from tracking the Gozu Tenmu to destroying whoever was using it, which is Sumire Kake. And we also know that I'm not sure if he expected Boruto's eye to be able to see, but we also know that he has some interest in Boruto's eye, and he knows about Boruto's eye. How would Orochimaru know about the Tenseigan? Well, he did some work, and he might have been able to decipher the origin of Kaguya. Now, we don't know much about Kaguya ourselves. We've really given some information, but we're starting to learn a bit more about Yasuke. And it's, in my opinion, I think it's fair to say that Orochimaru was able to dig through some relics or wherever he slithers and get some information. And we know that the Tenseigan is really a manifestation of the Hyuga clan. That's where they have the Byakugan, right, guys? So we know that the Byakugan has a lot to do with the Tenseigan. And Orochimaru was originally from the leaf where the Hyuga clan is, so there might be some ties here and there, and I can't really put my finger on it. Maybe the information is there and I'm just overlooking it, but this is what we know about Boruto's eye right now. I do, however, think that we know that there's a fight that's going to happen sometime in the future, maybe even 8-10 years. I don't know when it's going to happen in the future, but there's a fight that's going to happen in the future where we know that Boruto's eye will be very critical as to how it works. And we know that Tonevi Osutsuki has talked to Boruto before. We know that he has some interest in Boruto, and we know that he says that Boruto will be the savior of our world and stuff like that. However, in the very first episode when we saw Boruto fighting Kawaki, yes, that's Kawaki, we knew that Boruto was using something that seemed like a curse mark. It's on screen right now. Boruto was using a technique that seemed like a curse mark. He had his eyes activated as well, and he seemed to be focusing chakra in that eye as well. I can't say for certain because I don't have the Sharingan right now. I'll have to wait until I get the eye to be later. So we know that Boruto's eye is very important to his fight with Kawaki. We also know that Boruto's eyes are important to the future of the world as it stands. And for this reason, I am very faithful. I'm a firm believer that going forward, Boruto will be able to master his eye sooner rather than later. Because without it, then the pacing of the story will be really slow. And I don't think that mastering his eyes, and perhaps mastering is a strong word, but I don't think that being able to use his eye is going to be very critical in defeating Kawaki. I think there's going to be more than that. I think that getting his eye to work when he wants it to will only be one of the first steps, one of the preliminary steps into training to becoming strong enough. Because you know that when he was fighting Kawaki, he was way taller, he was way more mature than we've seen him now. So it's going to take a few years. So guys, this is what we know about Boruto's eye. I may have missed some information, and most of it is going to be intentional that I missed it. I don't think it's really worth, but it's not really a part of what I want to discuss today. So for that reason, I've left out a few things about Boruto's eye. And guys, going forward, I really think that if the producers and the mangaka and all these guys really play their cards right, I think that Boruto can be a real force. I think that this series has a lot of potential, and I'm going to stick with it for a while. I'm enjoying it, and I think you guys should too as well. It's been Mangari. Is that the video? If you did, comment down below and let me hear your thoughts about Boruto's eye. I'll be happy to have a discussion with you. And as usual, subscribe for more. I have more good videos coming your way. Thank you. It's been Mangari.